You go from Flint, man, you come to LA, and your first gig is Snoop?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Man, yeah, it didn't.
The big one?
It didn't happen easy though, man. I mean, just being honest, I couldn't really get no gigs when I came out here, man. I mean, here's the thing, just to kind of uplift the new generation, like when I came out here, it was at a time before social media and stuff like that, and it still was around the time if you were a cat like me, like I'm a church boy, I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't cool back then to be into Marvel and stuff like that. So, and for some people that lived out here, it wasn't cool if you wasn't from here.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I say blood and cuz, but I'm not a gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they, you know. So if it wasn't for Goucher, man, Andrew Goucher is the cat that put me and a million other people on, but he's the guy that basically, that dude made a phone call, man.
Wow.
To one of the other homies, Marlon, the guitar player, and was like, I got a bass player for you. And at the time, Steve Bruner, Thundercat, was doing Snoop and Suicidal Tendencies.
Wow.
And so I guess for whatever this run was coming up, they needed somebody, and they called me.
Wow.
But only because Goucher was like, call him, and they was just like, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? So Snoop is cool, man. He just like that big old brother, like that big old uncle. You know what I'm saying? He a nerd too. He play video games and stuff.
I heard that.
Dog is a gamer, man. Every now and then, my homies from Funimation used to send me like new anime that would come out or new martial arts joints when they got the licensing to them old Shaw Brothers films. So Dog would hit me like, hey, you got something for me? And I'll be like, yeah, man, what you want? Hey, you got some new kung fu? Like, yeah, man, I got you. So, you know, it was cool, man. Snoop, everybody in that camp looked out for me. Superfly, Dash, Corrupt.
Wow.
You know, and then they all introduced me to Ice Cube and Dre. You know, we end up meeting everybody, you know, because they all cool, so.
Wow, man.
You know, it was cool. This one particular tour, we was going on with 311. I think it was 311, Stephen Marley, somebody else. I can't remember who else it was, but Dog was like, I want the stage to look big, you know, because it's hip hop and rock, so we got to kind of, you know. So GK just kind of came out of nowhere and was like, what do you need? And I was like, well, maybe like 4 cabinets. And they hit me on some, well, how about 9? And I was like, I ain't about to turn that down. Like, what you mean?
Right.
Well, of course. So, yeah, man, 9 cabinets.
Damn.
5 2001 bass heads. And 2 backup generators. It was crazy, man, to be standing in front of that junk and all them low frequencies, man, like just feeling it on your neck. So let me see, I started filling in for Damo and Brody in 2008. The Rants hit me one day, funny, like driving around here one day. I had just got off the road with Snoop, and the Rants called me like, hey, cuz, you home? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm home, cuz, what you need? Hey, I need you to fill in for Brody and Damo. They can't do this gig in Canada. So, you know, I was a fan of Lupe, but I didn't have his music.
Yeah.
So I went to Target up the street and bought the CDs, and I was like, when is the gig? Before I bought the CDs, I was like, when is the gig? And he said, it's tomorrow, cuz. And I was like,
wow.
Y'all rehearsing? He was like, nah, we already here. So I was just like, all right, well, let me take everything Eddie taught me.
Right.
And just listen to this. I have my little CD player on the plane. Man, this was a minute ago, man.
Yeah.
This was a minute ago. Had that mug on the plane. Yeah. And I just listened to it, got to the gig. We ran like 3 songs in sound check, and Lawrence was just like, cuz, you gonna be straight, cuz. Like, you're Bubby. And I was like, that don't mean nothing. Jack Skiffy. Like, But the gig was cool,
Yeah,
man. You
of
know,
course.
it was one of them situations where I could let like the first couple of bars go because it was a little intro.
Right.
And it's like, okay, the song is in A. Okay, let me boom, 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 boom. There you go.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So it was cool though, man. Lupe is great. He's an anime nerd too. So
Really? Tell me about Hero Dynasty. Bro, man.
So for this record, it took time, but this was actually the first time, man, where I believed enough in myself where I could do it alone.
Wow.
Like my first record, it took me so long to get it out there because I felt like, not that I didn't have the musical understanding or the ability, but I just felt like I had to do everything with someone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then finally this time it was just like, man, what are you doing? Like, just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, when you listen to it, it's 18 songs on there, but it's 17 different genres of music basically.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it's just, it like everything kind of still kind of fits, but it's just me. It's just who I am, man. You know, like I like the video game stuff, honestly. I love, you know, the film score stuff. I love Indian music.
Yeah.
I love mariachi and ranchero and banda music, you know.
I do too.
Dude,
I
like,
do too.
people be laughing at me, man. You know how you drive around LA and you see the homies, boom, boom, chicka, chicka, boom, chicka, chicka, boom,
Yes.
chicka, chicka.
I love that shit.
And like the homies be laughing at them, but I be doing the same thing. And the bass lines be blazing.
They be
on them.
killing, man. Yes. Right.
That's it. That's it, man. You know, it's just who I am, man. Jhene Aiko, man, I have to give her a shout out. Jhene Aiko, she grew up here, man. Jhene grew up in the 60s.
Okay.
60s, cuz she grew up in the 60s, Overhill, Slauson.
Wow.
But a lot of people know who she is. She had that song, I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need
yeah.
you. Yeah, Jhene
Yeah,
had
I know.
in the Eat the Booty Like Groceries. And
That's her too?
that's her. And
Nice.
she's this short little half black, half Japanese Hawaiian girl. Just the sweetest, soft spoken. But she has one of the most beautiful voices, man.
Yeah, she
And,
does.
you know, I've known her since I think 2014. That's when I started playing with her. And something put it in my spirit, man. The Lord put it in my spirit. And be deep real quick.
Get deep.
Get deep, man. Lord put it in my spirit towards the end of last year when I came back from Japan. I wanted to do a song dedicated to my parents that passed away. Both of them passed away from cancer.
Wow.
Her brother died from cancer, brain cancer,
Wow.
a couple years ago. And I wasn't gonna hit her, but I was like, man, let me just see if she would be down to do this. And I was like, Jhene, you know, I want to do this song dedicated to my parents and my brother that passed away. You know, I was seeing if you would be down to do it. And I didn't hear back from her for a couple days, and then randomly one afternoon she was just like, I would love to, let's get together.
Wow.
Man, we went to the studio and I let her hear the song, and right at United on Sunset, man, and when I tell you she blazed the mess out of this song, man, she blazed the mess out of it, and it's like she's one of those people that she's able to like feed you the emotion that she has for whatever the topic is. She's able to give that to you. You know what I'm saying? The J-pop thing, I've worked with a couple artists over there. This girl named AI, but we call her Ai-chan. Then Exile the Second. They're like this big boy band. They've been out for years. Everybody over there is cool though, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I just love it there because the food is good too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, we was on my first tour with Snoop. And this was
Snoop.
after he got held up in London Heathrow, that video that went viral.
Yeah.
So Thundercat was there for that.
Wow.
And so a couple months later is the tour I went on, and so Dog was like, "Forget this, cuz I ain't flying into these airports. I'm gonna get a little, whoop wop, private jet."
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Wow.
We landed in Germany, man, and the military or whatever them jokers was, they met us right there at the private airport. This is a tiny airport where politicians and stuff come into.
Right.
Leipzig, Germany. We was going there to do Live Earth. And very strict timing, but we were at the airport at, let me see, we got there early in the morning. We was there for like 4.5 hours because they were basically just trying to they wanted to pick a fight. Like they wanted one of us to be outlandish so they could, you know what I'm saying? So, that mug is loud. But yeah, so they held us at the airport and set our luggage on these tables, and they was calling us N-word, and
wow.
I had to pee, and the dude was like, no. And I was like, man, I'm about to pee on myself. So him and this other guard took me to the bathroom. They made me stand like 5 or 6 feet away from the toilet. One dude held a gun down at me right here, and then there was another cat that held a gun behind me.
Wow.
And he said, make a move and we'll shoot. And so, yeah, man, like that was some wild stuff. That was my first time ever leaving the country, never been on tour before, and that was the first experience I got.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah, and Snoop just kept hollering at us like, don't y'all get these nothing, don't get these nothing, cuz. On the set, don't get these nothing, cuz. They some punks, cuz.
Yeah.
Don't tell them nothing, don't tell them nothing, don't do nothing. Cuz he knew they wanted us to, they were shoving us and stuff, and he knew if you shove them back, that's when we gonna be on the news. You know what I'm saying? So.
Wow.
Other than that, it's a beautiful place though. Leipzig, Germany's delightful.
That's crazy,
So
man.
what ended up happening?
After they threw all our stuff out, they broke a couple of watches of his. He had some jewelry. They was throwing everything up against the wall, chucking it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Wow. Where does this anger come from?
They wanted to be on the news, man. They wanted to be able to say Snoop Dogg was arrested today in Leipzig, Germany. Blah blah blah. They was looking for weed. We wasn't stupid, man.
Yeah,
like we're not gonna bring no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they let us go, and we did Live Earth. And as soon as we were done, we were supposed to stay there for a night or two. We bounced.
Yeah.
Dog was like, I ain't staying here, man. We
Yeah.
went to the next country. So
That's crazy.
yeah, man.
Every time I see you or hear about you, it's always like a good energy that comes with it, man. How do you keep yourself in that realm?
Man, my father used to tell me there's people out here that's experiencing stuff that we can't even imagine because of, living in the country where we live, man. Like my father used to get on me if I left food on my plate. If I would throw stuff away and stuff, he'd tell me, there's people out here that's starving, and all that stuff just stuck with me, man. And the thing is too, if something bad happens today, it's gonna frustrate you today, but 9 times out of 10, in a day or two, it's not gonna matter. If you broke right now, today, a month from now, whatever bill you couldn't pay, you probably ain't gonna care about. You know what I mean? It just, and I just try and think about that. Some days it's harder than others, but you just, stuff that I was worried about around this time last year, I don't even remember that junk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. You just gotta just move forward, sleep it off.
Yes, sir.
Sleep that mug off, work it all, like go to the gym, go eat.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, man, nothing but love, man.
Likewise, man.
Yes, sir.